Do office workers working a 9 to 5 actually work from 9 to 5? It depends on the job. I've had jobs where I was doing actual work from the second my ass hit the chair until the second I was scheduled to clock out. And I've had jobs where I just waited until work came my way. It was easier to stay on task in the first one, but way more exhausting. I worked an office job as a typist straight out of college. I typed up stuff from audio tapes. And there was endless work, so I work 8 hours per day. Since then I have had other office jobs. None has had endless work, so I usually only work about 4 hours per day. My current job I work about 2 hours most days, but I'm very busy other days. Yeah, I just stare at my desk. But it looks like I'm working. I do that for probably another hour after lunch. 2. I'd say in a given week I probably only do about 15 minutes of real, actual work. I do actually work for maybe 2 hours of my day. It really depends on the job and context. There have been days in my career with like 1 hour of work and the rest just training and chit-chat, or corporate events, etc. There have also been weeks of working 8 a.m. 11 p.m. 7 days a week. And almost all of it actually working, including mealtimes. Yes, I work these hours, and yes, sometimes it's quiet, other times I work over those hours. My day is about 50% actually doing what my job description says and 50% just getting in. Sharing information with people who should be talking to each other already. I work a 9 to 5 and I am working my ass off every second I am there, and there is still work to do. I've been WFH for the last 3 to 4 years. There's no way I'm working anywhere close to 40 hours. About 2 years ago I was on a project in which I had about 2 weeks of 50 hours. But generally speaking I'm only working about 25 hours a week. The ironic part is that in those 3 to 4 years I've more than doubled my salary. The less I work, the more I make. I work for a global manufacturing company, based in PA, in an IT architect role. I just started Lords of the Fallen yesterday, and today I played it for like 3 hours. I also went to the store for Christmas decorations, worked out on tonal, and went out for lunch. Today I worked for about 90 minutes from 2 o'clock to 3:30. I worked 95 for 10 years before going remote due to COVID. Yes, you work those hours. But there were so many in-person meetings. So many people tapping you on the shoulder. So much time walking between rooms. I get more done in 4 hours of focus at home than I did in 8 hours at an office. Everyone I know with an office professional job works 8 a.m. 5 p.m. with a 1-hour lunch break halfway through the day. I just switched careers, left teaching and now have a WFH office job. I seriously work between 4 hours a day normally. Yesterday, I literally did maybe 1 hour of work. I mean, I did participate in my daily stand-up meeting while driving. Told them I'd be revising my document. That took like 30 minutes. Check. Today, I sent it off to the right people and told them to look it over. Now, I'll be waiting until I hear back from them to move forward on the project. My hours to be available are between 85 and wheel. I am available during that time. I just never hear from anyone. Lol. I got hired because our company has a huge backlog of projects. And only one person, now two, to do it. I ask to take on more work. And they say no. To follow the process, I offer my help. Only one person has taken me up on help. That was a fairly quick task. 2. They all act like this is normal. It's such a stark contrast coming from my 13-year teaching career. I've always heard the rumor of the 2-hour-a-day of work office job. I guess I just thought it was like made up. Lol. Oh, did I mention I got a 70% pay raise when I left teaching for this job? It's just crazy how happy and not poor I am now, and how undervalued teachers are. My company is based out of NY and our official working day is 7 hours. Getting to your question, there are a lot of conference calls, so much of the day is spent in discussions. Yes, and many days more than that. I average 5,055 hours per week because it's what the job requires. It depends what office and what type of work. In almost any job there is downtime, unrelated conversations, etc. However, many businesses, especially large corporations, are increasingly monitoring their staff productivity to ensure they have as little as possible. This is extremely detrimental to the mental health of their staff. But who cares if they are making profit? More or less. Yes. I got distracted, but knowing that people are always watching and judging, so much judging, is oddly motivating, traumatizing. Too, I ended up burned out and had to stop working in a normal job for years, but motivating. I can work up to 40 hours a week, but I'm usually only doing the job for 56 hours a day on average. Sometimes I get to the office around 8:30 am and wrap up around 13:02 pm for the day. It's not really an office job though. I go out and see clients after a daily morning meeting. My hours are 7:30 am to 4 pm. In terms of actual work, it can range from the entirety of those hours, including needing to skip lunch, or 12 hours collectively for the entire shift. However, I do need to be fully available during the hours in case someone needs something. I work from home 84. Was 95 till I moved to FL. I genuinely believe SWF hers are scrutinized so much more. My productivity is broken down by the minute. They check to see if we hit our goals in the first chunk of the hour, then coast for the rest of the hour. If there are lulls, we have to explain why, which is also another waste of productive time. Not every issue I deal with throughout the day requires the same level of response, action. I know brick and mortar call centers. I don't work for a call center though. Have metrics similar to this. But when I used to physically go to work, there were always lulls here and there throughout any given shift. I feel like I'm so much more micromanaged in this position, I guess BC where WFH they feel they need to. I actually find that the stress about fulfilling quotas and being constantly productive throughout the hour and my worry about whether I did too much in the beginning of the hour will look like I'm slacking actually takes away my ability to be as productive as I could be. TDLR. Work from home 84. I'm not supposed to have downtime outside of my designated lunch and 2 breaks. And it's starting to crush my soul. No, maybe 14 hours?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.